Hi guys, it's Dale with the insurance. Today we're going to talk about it's an article that you may not even think it's a problem for you. In fact, this happened to me a few years ago. The title of the article is Homeowners Insurance for Unmarried Couples, right? So it's unique because it's one of those norms, those societal norms that has changed over the years, right? Just the marriage rate, the child rate, the composition of what is a household. It's completely changed, right? So that those societal norms, it's a good thing that those labels have been dropped. We've become kind of more inclusive as a society, but from a home insurance carrier standpoint, it causes some issues, right? So whether you're married, domestic partnership, or any other lifelong arrangement you might have, it can impact your homeowner's insurance, right? As we all know, homeowners insurance and carriers in general are very slow to evolve, right? So covering historically or traditionally covering a family with a homeowner's policy was very easy, right? You had a husband, a wife, dependent children. Everyone's interest was aligned, right? Both parents were on the deed. Both parents had ownership of the home. Both parents did everything in their power to protect that home, right? Which made it very easy for carriers to underwrite. Nowadays, if you are not married or if your partner is not on your deed, from a carrier standpoint, they believe that may present a moral hazard, right? That the person who does not have ownership of that home will not take or is not incented to take as good of care of that home as the person that owns it, right? Which isn't necessarily true, right? So there are some partnerships that are stronger than people that are married, right? Where their vested interest in the roof over their head is just as strong, even though one person may not be on the deed, right? So nowadays, if you are unmarried and you're living under the same roof, it's best to make sure that you're properly covered. It's best to call your current carrier. Find out if you may need to put your significant other or add them as an occupant on your current policy. Or even if you need to add them onto your deed to show that you share ownership of this house. Or there's always the possibility, or I'd say this is the worst case scenario. You can always take out a renter's insurance policy for that individual, that partner that does not have ownership in the property. All this said, it's not, I don't want to paint too dreary of a picture. There are carriers that have evolved with the times and do apply kind of married rates to unmarried couples, right? They know that bond is there. They believe that the people that are living under the household have a shared interest in protecting that household, and they underwrite accordingly as they're married, right? because for all intents and purposes, they are outside of the legal document. But that's not something that should be assumed. So once again, if you are unmarried, don't assume that your carrier, your company, is one of those companies that automatically covers a significant other. Make the call and make any necessary changes that you need to make sure your significant other is covered under your homeowner's policy. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you next week.